Hey, how are ya? My name is Ben, and I'm a movie buff. We're currently in the month of December, so we are getting pretty close to Christmas. It should come as a surprise to no one that one of my favorite ways of celebrating the most wonderful time of the year is by watching Christmas movies. Some of my favorites include It's a Wonderful Life, Arthur Christmas, Elf, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Gremlins, and last but certainly not least, Die Hard. Now, some of you might say Die Hard really isn't a Christmas movie, and if you're thinking of a traditional Christmas movie that can be enjoyed by the whole family that has musical aspects, festive colors, and lots of snowy scenery, you'd be right in saying that Die Hard doesn't fit into those guidelines. But there are some other interesting ways that Die Hard does feel like a Christmas movie, and that's what I want to get into during this video. Just be aware that there are some spoilers for Die Hard ahead. Let's do this. I want to take a moment to do a little exercise. I want you to imagine your favorite way to spend the holidays. Where are you? Are you with family? What kind of food do you make for your celebration? What kind of music do you listen to? For me, I love spending Christmas time with my family. It's so enjoyable to be with my family inside a warm home where we can talk with each other, exchange gifts, listen to traditional Christmas carols, and enjoy a delicious Christmas feast. That's my ideal way of spending the holiday, and I'm sure you are able to come up with your own answer as well. But that isn't exactly how everyone spends their holidays. Some people have to work so much around the holidays that they barely get any time to sit down and really enjoy Christmas. Some people's flights get delayed, or they have other travel issues that add many complications to their Christmas vacation. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many other tragic events that could happen during the most supposed wonderful time of the year. Now let's bring Die Hard into the mix. The story centers around a man named John McClane, who normally works as a police officer, but has a few days off to go to a Christmas party hosted by the Nakatomi Corporation. He was invited by his estranged wife Holly, who works at the Nakatomi Plaza. In one of the earlier scenes of the movie, John tries to make amends with Holly, but it doesn't take long before they are both arguing about her decision to move from New York to Los Angeles. Shortly after that, a group of terrorists take control of the building and hold all of the employees hostage. McClane hears the commotion and is able to hide from the terrorists. Now it's up to him to try and save the day with limited resources and communication. It's been said before that one of the common themes for Christmas movies, or movies that take place around Christmas, is people coming together, putting their differences aside and enjoying each other's company. Notice that this is the first thing that John tries to do, and even though he is unsuccessful at first, he is finally victorious at the end. While the rest of the ensuing action between McClane and the terrorists might not be connected to any common tropes found in Christmas movies, it is still clear that this event, falling on the evening before Christmas, is quite inconvenient to say the least. I'm sure we can think of examples where we had to do things that we didn't want to deal with around Christmas. But sometimes we don't have a choice, and we have to do it anyway. McClane certainly didn't expect to have to fight 12 terrorists on Christmas Eve, but he rises to the occasion because that's his job. And he also doesn't want Holly getting hurt. Another common theme you can easily find in Christmas movies is the theme of redemption. Every iteration of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol deals with Ebenezer Scrooge redeeming himself by the end of the story. You can also find redemption in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Elf, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and obviously Die Hard. As you may remember, Al, the cop that forms an alliance with our protagonist, tells him the story of how he accidentally shot and killed a child. Al says, "When you're a rookie, they can teach you everything about being a cop except how to live with a mistake." For this reason, he has never used his gun since that incident. Fast forward to the end of the movie, where all the cops think all the terrorists are dead. One of them springs up from his body bag with his gun in hand, moments away from killing more people. But the terrorist is shot a few times and is finally dead. Out of all the cops on the ground, who saved the day by taking out the very last terrorist? It was Al, of course. He has redeemed himself for the terrible mistake he made years ago by saving many innocent lives. Redemption and Christmas seem to go hand in hand. The other thing we need to take into consideration is that if Die Hard was never meant to be a Christmas movie, why the heck would the writers place the story during Christmas Eve? My guess is because it's a story that on the surface is a fun narrative with action and humor, but deep down, it deals with themes that most viewers can relate to. Sometimes movies have great ideas with their stories that put them out on full display so people watching them can easily understand what the meaning is. As odd as it sounds, it seems like Die Hard had some really cool ideas that involve a little digging before you realize they're there. So even though Die Hard doesn't feel like a traditional Christmas movie due to its action, violence, and rough language, there are still some elements that make it feel like a Christmas movie of its own. After all, we've seen no shortage of strange holiday movies over the last few decades that are still about Christmas but don't abide by the traditional guidelines. So those are some of my thoughts on Die Hard. What do you guys think about Die Hard? Do you agree or disagree with my views on the film? Let me know. Just like last year, between Christmas and New Year's Eve, I'm going to be releasing another video soon where I talk about the best movies that I saw in 2018. You can look forward to that. Thanks again for watching. Like and share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so we're still doing the introduction here. Okay. Bravo!
Stepping time.